Hey guys, so I'm gonna do a quick review of not the iPad, but this case. This case is the Logitech Type Plus case. As you can see, I have the box right here, and basically this is what the box looks like. And this is actually for the iPad Air, but this iPad that I have right here is the newest 2018 iPad, which apparently has the exact same dimensions as the iPad Air. And so this case actually works pretty dang well with this case that's not meant for this specific iPad model. Just to clarify, since this model is also exactly the same as 2017 model, this case will also work with last year's 2017 iPad, but it will not work with any of the iPad Pros, as they are different shapes and stuff and thickness and yeah. Anyways, so if you take a look at the iPad, this is the real deal. This is iPad 6th generation 2018. So I just got it, brand new. This case, now, but you might be wondering why you would ever use an iPad Air case if there are plenty of options for iPad, the newest iPad cases. That's because this one only cost about $26 on eBay. I will put a link in the description and you guys can check it out. It is honestly such a good price for what it is. It's very, very nice. It's a really nice price, and you really can't go wrong with $26 and something like this. It's really good. All the other keyboards, especially the ones from Logitech that are specifically made for the 2018 iPad, are more than 60, 70, and 80, sometimes over $100. So this is a really, really good deal. Yeah. So, but then there are a few weird parts about it. So one of the very weird part is it's a very tight fit. I don't know if it's supposed to be this tight, but it almost feels like I might scratch the side of the iPad, which I really, really don't want to do. But it seems to be fine for now. I've been using it for about 4 days, and it hasn't really left any marks or anything like that. But it is a pretty tight fit. Another weird part, if you take a look at the camera hole, it does not line up perfectly. And usually this happens with non-legacy brands, like some brands from new brands usually make some kind of this kind of a mistake, but Logitech usually doesn't make this kind of mistake, and I'm assuming this is because the camera placement between the newer iPad and the iPad Air is slightly different. And this also holds true for the volume rocker. The volume button is here, slightly shifted to the left, as you can see here, and the groove is actually right here. The groove is right here, but it is slightly shifted to the left. So it should really be from here to here. So those are kind of the quirks about it. Another thing, the power button's like inside. You kind of have to use almost your fingernails to turn it on, but that's really not a big deal because you can use the home button, and there is also a home/power button and a home button on the keyboard itself, so you can lock it and then lock it with those two. Yeah, so those are really the only parts that really don't match up with the case, since it's not actually specifically designed for this specific iPad model. But everything else works perfectly. So the keyboard works, obviously. It works amazingly. It works through Bluetooth, and I have had no problem with the Bluetooth connectivity. Now this keyboard says it should run 3 months, and one of the best features, and this also has to do with how this keyboard is able to go for 3 months long. So when you pop it off, off the magnet that's here. There's a magnet here that holds this at this angle. It's very strong. So I'm going to show you how strong it is by holding it up like this, and it won't fall. I can even hold it from here, and the keyboard won't fall. It's a very strong magnet. Now this magnet basically, if the iPad and the magnet is basically against each other, when the magnet is in work, the keyboard will turn on. Right as soon as it gets off, the keyboard turns off on its own. So that's how they really save battery. This is also very useful when you don't want to accidentally trigger buttons, You can do that with other keyboards that don't have this feature, and it can be really annoying. But this one's very nice. See, you just see the green light. I just attached it, and the green light just turned on, and it just worked instantly. And yeah, so the keyboard itself, it's pretty small. When I first saw it, I thought it was very small. The keys have a good travel, however, and I really wish the keys, maybe they could have took a full advantage of the size here, because there's a small little gap here. Maybe they could have, took advantage of that little gap in here. I wish they did that, but it's good. It's really good enough for just typing. It's very good for students. Very pleasant to type on, and it's not that bad. So it's really quite a good keyboard. Now, in terms of the materials they use to build this keyboard case, I think they use some kind of rubbery kind of cloth system. Now, this is actually water resistant, I found out, because I accidentally spilled water, and you could just wipe it off and no stains left whatsoever. Now, I used it for a little bit, and then there's this little mark on the feet. I can actually just rub it off. It scrubs off right away. So that is really interesting material that they use for this. It feels very nice in the hand. Feels very nice. Feels also very premium. Inside is made of glossy plastic. Looks pretty nice. I already have a scratch right here. I don't think you can see it, but I already got a scratch because obviously it's glossy plastic and tends to get scratched. This part's just plastic, and there's a magnet right here. And the design of this case is so that there's actually this one little flat part here, and that allows it to get the right angle for the right, thing. That's that. And if you don't want to have it attached to the keyboard, because it's only at one angle, it's only at this angle, which really, really is disappointing. But to be fair, a lot of the other cases at this price point, and even the more expensive ones, only come with one or maybe two angles at most. So it's really not that a big deal. And you could just use it like this if you're not going to use a keyboard, or you could hold it like this, or you can even go like that so that the keyboard is facing the bottom, and you're just holding the iPad like this. But this is my favorite position, because if I really need the keyboard, I just raise it up and then I'm ready to go. If I don't need it, just close down and then I'm ready to go again. So it's a very nice keyboard. And another thing to mention, it really doesn't add that much thickness. Maybe, I guess it will double the size. The weight is also a little bit heavier. It is definitely noticeable. The weight will definitely be noticeable, but all battery powered keyboard cases will be the same way. And especially because this iPad does not have the smart pin, you cannot use Apple's own smart keyboard, which sucks. But this is a very, very good alternative to that. And it's not only a good alternative, but also it's extremely inexpensive, considering the fact that it came out in 2013 or 14. Yeah, so it's quite old, but it's still very nice. So thanks for watching, and I hope you guys liked the video. Please give a thumbs up and subscribe.